Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the latest edition of St. Joseph's Prep Lacrosse here on WSJP, where today the Hawks of St. Joseph's Prep begin their quest for a PCL championship, and the first team in their way is Archbishop Ryan. The Hawks coming off a big upset win over Radnor High School last Friday, look to keep the momentum going here today against Archbishop Ryan. For today's broadcast, I'm Ryan Sullivan, joined here by Dom Campanaro. Dom, two Golden Mike Award winners for this WSJP year, so you got the best coverage possible. How we feeling today, Dom?
And you also forgot to mention that we also have the best high school lacrosse analyst in the state of Pennsylvania here with us as well. So
Appreciate it. I appreciate it.
we're back. We're always back. It's always great to be back, and we got a good game on our sleeves. Obviously, Archbishop Ryan. Obviously, seeing St. George dominate them. Obviously, we got to talk about our school we're at right now, St. George Prep. They're looking to return to that spot, and as you said. First step is to win these games. Not just to win, to dominate. You got to build that confidence up, especially if you're going to play teams like LaSalle.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, that is the goal of the prep, is LaSalle. That is what the guys have told me, but they are not, I wouldn't say diminishing Ryan in any way. They're obviously taking, this game seriously. They want to get out there. They want to win this game. Obviously, you got to win to advance. So I think if you're the prep right now, you just come out here. You have the more talented team. You dominated Ryan in your last go around. You might as well come out, try to dominate once again, and we'll see what happens here today. But we're always at the incredible Salvation Army Croc Center. And St. Joseph Prep, today I was told before the game, Coach Princehorn informed me that they are going to be resting Keegan Dunn in today's game. So, goalie Matt Corrado, the freshman, 25 saves total on the year, will be starting for the Hawks today. Dom, what have you seen from him? And well, actually, before you do that, I'll figure that out in a few seconds. But nonetheless, we're going to get into the face-off here. James McDermott out there, as we know, an all-Catholic guy, and lots of these guys actually and part of those all-Catholic teams. And face-off here, won by Durham, and referee going to make him restart. Here we go. Here come the prep. Durham wins his first face-off, and that's a good sign for the Hawks. Here's Chris Bryan with it now. Bryan swings it over to Trot Cush. Cush getting Mason Warak, who had a big goal against Radnor just last week. And now Warak trying to win a one-on-one, gets inside. Roll dodge from him, passes it out to Cush. The prep taking their time here. Normally see the prep come out very aggressive against these PCL teams. Chris Bryan gets it over to Flynn. Now to Gaffney, swings it back to Warak. Over to Cush now.
Ryan, here you're just looking for an early lead. Obviously, for St. Joe's, you want to put this away right away so you can have the starters resting.
Here's Quinn Gaffney thinking about it. Gets it inside. Beaverbach shot on goal. Good save. And the prep not going to start off with a goal here, though.
Yeah, obviously the Beaverbach just want to tap it in there, couldn't get it in. Oh, it's a steal there.
And now steal. Dom Flynn able to knock it out. Here's Quinn Gaffney. Gaffney gets it inside. Shot on goal. It is good this time. Beaverbach able to score. And the Hawks take the lead.
I mean, Beav just shut me up right there, Ryan. He missed it the first time, and I'm sure he's like, yeah, I'm not going to miss it twice here. They find him open. Dom Flynn, obviously, ton of talent there. St. Joe's already up 1-0.
Yeah, great start here for the Hawks. Win the face-off. You don't get the goal the first go-around, and now you are able to get the steal, get the goal. But getting back to Matt Corrado, Dom, what have you seen from him?
Honestly, not a lot.
All right,
because,
fair enough.
we got youth here. We're talking about Keegan Dunn, obviously going to D1 school, Washington College, but you don't really get to see a lot out of guys like Matt Corrado. And, we could see incredible talent here. Obviously, I'm not trying to deny that, but still, when you always are used to seeing Keegan Dunn day in, day out.
Ball knocked up in the air, won there by Archbishop Ryan. And now here's Morgan with it, gets it inside. And now Archbishop Ryan had numbers. Now they don't. And now good defense here from the prep. And now Quarrel swinging it around. Here comes Ryan with it and trying to tie this one up, make it a close game. And getting inside. Shot on goal. It is good. Scoring there, Damian Morgan, the senior, and Archbishop Ryan tie it up.
I couldn't tell if Corrado lost it there for a second. It looked like he went high. And obviously Easy shot there for the goal.
Yeah, definitely. Easy shot there. No, we're not really, I wouldn't say much of a contest, but good defense there by Tommy Duffy before the goal was scored. And now back to the face-off here. Durham not able to win the second one. Might have come out a little aggressive in his last go-around.
We'll see how he does here.
Referee informing both men some rules, and now face-off this time easily won by Durham, and now here he comes. Durham gets it over to Bieberbach, had a goal, and now gets it inside to Gaffney, at least attempted to. The ball is loose, and it's knocked around. Recovered by Dom Flynn. That shot off the crossbar, and now the Prep trying to fight for it. Ball still knocked around. Bieberbach comes up with it, and the Prep get back with it. Now here's Trot Cush, and the Prep able to reset. Here's Dom Flynn. Just missed that goal just off the crossbar, and kind of disappointing there if you're him, I'm sure. He's not too happy about that. Chris Bryan trying to win a one-on-one and get inside. A little bit of a fake there. Trying to get it behind the goal to Quinn Gaffney, but it's a bad pass, and this one will go now to Archbishop Ryan.
You know, obviously, we've seen this a lot. When Sanchez makes mistakes, the other team, in this case, Ryan, we'll see if they can respond right away.
Trot Cush knocking it away. The Prep coming out here very aggressive. The ball is loose, and it's going to be won there by Chris Bryan in a pool of black. Chris Bryan recovers, and now here is Cush trying to find somebody. He finds Quinn Gaffney. And now Dom Flynn, the Prep, making Ryan turn the ball over. They've gotten 2 steals here. And now here's Dom Flynn trying to win a one-on-one. He's just going to hold it. Now he's going to try and get inside. Thought about a shot. The help defense came in, though. And now try to get it to a cutting Gaffney, but miscommunication there on the pass. And here comes Ryan in transition. And now here is Morgan, who just scored that first goal. And now here comes Archbishop Ryan trying to figure it out. And now I'll swing over to Pasidi.
A lot of bugs here, honestly, Ryan.
Really?
I'm getting eaten up right now.
Oh, goodness.
Sorry if the camera's been shaky, guys, but
And now
yeah, a lot of my feet and everything. Wow.
Marciano defended by Mason Warwick. You don't typically see him defensively, but I guess the Prep needed to figure it out. You also see Bieberbach down there. And Warwick, who's not a typical defender, going to be trying to take advantage of a bad pass, and it's loose. This one looks to go out of bounds. Nick Cunningham not really fighting for it, but good save there. And now a timeout called by Archbishop Ryan. They're giving the Prep the game so far. And we will go to a break here on WSJP. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Back on WSJP, we are tied 1-1 here. Archbishop Ryan with the ball as they called timeout. And Dom, they're giving the Prep a game so far.
You know, yeah, you're right. They're giving them their run for their money, and we'll see how long this is going to last, obviously. But
yeah, I don't think many people expect Archbishop Ryan to really give the Prep much of a game, but you know they're
see how long they can hold this out.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. All right, and now here comes Archbishop Ryan. Here's Morgan trying to get by Nick Cunningham. Pick set. Tommy Duffy tried the stick check. Nothing there. Now best on best. Shot on goal. Saved there by Corrado. And he will just pass it back over to Cush. Pressure defense there from Ryan. Cush able to hold on to it. Help comes in. Roll dodge from him. Trying to find somebody open. He finds Chase Carl. And now Carl fake pass, and he'll keep it. And now the defensive calls out there from Archbishop Ryan. I'm not really sure what that all means, but hopefully for them it'll work out. And now here comes the Prep, Tommy Duffy. swings it to Cush. Now back to Dom Flynn. It looks like Chris Bryan will come in for Duffy. Yes, he will. And now Chris Bryan gets it. Bryan looking for his freshman fellow, that being Mason Warrack. Fake pass, and now he swings it over to Warrack, over to Gaffney now, trying to find a cutting Bieberbach, but not able to. Warrack gets it to Bryan again. Bryan trying to get inside, roll dodge from him, thinking about the shot. He's going to take it now, and I think it hit off of Morgan, and now Archbishop Ryan will recover, and the Prep trying to get another steal here. Bieberbach with a stick checks, ball not coming out, and that is going to be an illegal cross check, though, on St. Joe's Prep, so they'll have a man down, and the pressure defense still coming in, and now the whistle will be blown. And Bieberbach will go out, and now the Prep with a man down.
It's been a routine theme, obviously, Ryan. We're seeing Bieberbach get a little excited there, get a little aggressive, but don't want to see that in a playoff game now.
Nah, not at all. And now, as we mentioned, the Prep with a man down here. Bieberbach out for 30 seconds. Now Archbishop Ryan with a huge opportunity here. Here's Morgan. And Archbishop Ryan trying to find something here.
They're going to try to control the pace of this game, Ryan.
They will,
That's
indeed.
all they need to do right now.
Fake passes. Trying to get guys cutting inside. This pass knocked away, and here's Nick Cunningham loses it again, and he's able to recover, and he's just going to reset, but he is getting chased, just trying to find anybody. Throws
Deep
a
pass.
deep pass, trying to get Chase Carl, but it's intercepted by Pacidi, and now Archbishop Ryan with another opportunity here. The ball is loose, and it's now recovered once again by Pacidi, but the Prep, that being Musey, still on the hunt. Pacidi runs in the trot. Cush there, goes behind the net, trying to find somebody cutting, but he's just going to find man on the outside, that being Marciano, and now Morgan. And now Chase Carl trying to bring the pressure defensively. Marciano swinging it around. Ball is loose. Corrado trying to come up with it, and it's still loose. Corrado. Yeah, Corrado's the man. And now here comes Chase Carl in transition. The Prep with numbers. See if they're able to convert. Here's Bieberbach. Try to pass it to somebody inside. He finds Gaffney, who takes the shot, and he will score. And the Prep have retaken the lead here at the Croc. Quinn Gaffney has been so great for the Prep this season. Had 28 goals and 40 assists in the regular season. Now gets his first goal of these PCL playoffs. And once again, back to the face-off if you are the Hawks.
And this is where it all starts, Ryan. You know, this has been an issue for St. Joe's throughout the year. Obviously, seeing with McDermott how they would perform, obviously, and you know, it's going all right so far. You know,
on the face-off, Durham knocked it back over to Micah Pruden, and now here comes Quinn Gaffney, the Prep, trying to get into their groove, which we know they can definitely get into. Here's Dom Flynn, gets it over to Bieberbach, who already has a goal in this game. Was definitely hot against Radnor, had 3 goals and 1 assist. And now here's Luke Quigley, first time seeing him today. He swings it over to Webster, somebody we've also seeing for the first time today. Webster gets it to Gaffney, trying to find somebody open, not able to. He's looking for Labor. Gaffney just going to take it himself inside, and he will score again. Quinn Gaffney, 2 goals in this game, and the Prep now take a 2-point advantage.
Ryan, I want to turn back to when we were talking about Craig Webster. We're talking about the St. Joe's team and other, obviously, dominant lacrosse teams as well for high school level. The one thing they're really stellar at is knowing how to bring in these young guys, knowing how to bring in this talent here. St. Joe's just does all that perfectly here. Obviously, Craig Webster, we got Chris Bryan, Mason Warrack, all these people, got Corrado. Like, it continues to build and creates an incredible atmosphere as well.
And face-off easily won by Durham. Here he comes looking to find somebody, finds Bieberbach. And he swings it over to Flynn, into Gaffney. Shot on goal, it is good. Quinn Gaffney just looked effortless. 3 goals for Gaffney, and it's 3 straight, actually. And the Prep take a 3-point advantage.
In the first already, you know, we expected domination, and so far, they're trying to deliver, and it's a build-up, obviously. It's a build-up.
Oh, yeah, and the Prep. The first few minutes were not really on their game. Obviously, you know, had the game tied for a few minutes, but in the last 5-6 minutes, it has been all St. Joe's Prep.
Yeah, Prince Horn definitely said something to fuel this team.
And face-off, won by Durham. Only lost one so far. It looks like he's going to take it himself. Shot on goal by Durham. It is good. James McDermott gets a goal of his own. He's adding to the party. And now the Prep are leading 5-1.
You saw from the face-off, Ryan. He wanted to have fun. He wanted to join into the party, as you said. And once you saw him hustling, you knew he was going to take it all the way to the house.
Right, and our scoreboard not changing up there. I think I'm more ahead of the.
5-1, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know. Our scoreboard's wrong up there. Maybe it's broken. I don't know. Nonetheless.
It's like at 440 right now, obviously.
Yeah.
As long as we're going strong.
Yeah, as long as we're good. And now, back at it. Ball is loose and recovered there by Duffy. Great
Nice
job
sweep
by
there,
him.
yeah.
And now here's Quinn Gaffney. 3 goals for him already. Gets it inside. Not going to take the shot as Bieberbach. And now he shoots. No look, and he scores. And now it is 6-1.
You want to talk about nonchalant? Have about Bieberbach this whole game. Just bouncing around. Again, you want to talk about turning it from 1 to 100? I would say that's what Bieberbach is in these types of games. He's just low-key guy right now. Trying to be the decoy, and then they just give him that opportunity to pounce.
Yeah, it really was Quinn Gaffney who was getting things started for the Prep. 3 straight goals, but Bieberbach now adding 2 of his own. And once again, I mean, I don't know how many more times I could say it or word it. Right back to the face-off. And this time it will be won by Durham momentarily, actually. And Durham going back up with it. Good stick checks from the Archbishop Ryan side. And this one recovered there by Musey. He's going to move back with it. He'll reset. First time Durham's been contested in a while. Musey, bad pass to Durham, and it's recovered there by Morgan. And here comes Archbishop Ryan, but Musey trying to do some stick checks there to get the ball loose. And Marciano will lose it once again. It's flying around there in the Prep. Very aggressive, and it's still knocked loose. The ball just can't seem to go into the favor of Archbishop Ryan, and they finally are able to get a breather. But Trot Kush is actually going to not let them have a breather at all. And Marciano finally gets an opportunity to move the ball around a little bit. Gee, Mani.
A lot of wild passes as well for Ryan.
Right. And now here's Morgan, defended by Micah Pruden, trying to get inside there. Has the opportunity. Shot on goal. It is good. And Archbishop Ryan have now cut it to 4. Morgan with 2 goals.
Knocked down, got back up. How about that?
Yeah, now some talk between the defense of the Hawks, but a great job there by Morgan to win his one-on-one against Micah Pruden there, Dom.
You know, obviously, Michael Pruden's a guy with a lot of speed there. Looks like he just got outpaced.
Yeah, 100%. And not really much you can do about that at the end of the day. Not going
No, it looks like he was speed and body there by Morgan, just able to blow right by.
Yeah, I mean, not much more to it, honestly. And now, looks like we're going back to the face-off. Well, I mean, looks like, yeah, we are going back to the face-off. What I don't know, Lacrosse. And actually, the referee had a penalty down, or the Prep are actually a man down. UC will go down here, and the Prep certainly don't want to lose this face-off here. And now, well, the officials, they're not going to come over here this time, Dom, to tell us the official ruling. And we're not the score. We're not the
you
score
want to
people.
talk about a different atmosphere and everything. We've been to a lot of games. I mean, you were there, Devin here, pouring rain.
Right.
Talking about this morning at noon. I mean, the feeling this game might not be played was just.
Now, Archbishop Ryan, I guess it was a legal cross-check, maybe something around there, slashing, I don't know, but nonetheless.
They don't tell us anymore.
Right. UC down for 30 seconds. Archbishop Ryan with the ball once again, and now the Prep going to have to try and stop Archbishop Ryan as they have the man up, pass inside, and the aggressive defense from the Hawks pays off this time, and Trot Kush gets it to Nick Cunningham in transition. Cunningham first, Seymour Catholic gets it to Gaffney. Open shot, not going to score there. Who's closest? It looks like it's going to be Dom Flynn. Yes, it will. Yes, he will be. And the Prep not able to score there, but they are able to retain it. Ball loose. Bieberbach has it now. And the Prep just going to reset here. Going to wait for Musey to get back in, or maybe they'll get inside. But for now, looks like they're just going to hold it. Lots of pressure from Archbishop Ryan. They want to get the ball back with the man up, but the Prep just looking to hold it, and now Brian gets it to Bieberbach.
Here comes the pressure here.
Yeah, the pressure, the defense coming in, and Bieberbach able to break the double team. Tries to get inside, gets it over to Gaffney, back to Bieberbach. Shot on goal, it is good. Too easy, Luke Bieberbach. 3 goals for him, and the Prep now lead 7-2.
Another hat trick for
2 hat tricks in this game.
And Gerard, correct. And, you know, it's just, as we said, this is a game. I mean, I would even say that we kind of expected it a bit. They wanted to dominate this game. I think you want to get the running clock as early as possible.
Timeout, Archbishop Ryan. And, yeah, as you mentioned, Dom, try to get that running clock, but the Prep are going to have a ways to go until then. We go to a break here on WSJP. As the train rolls by, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Back on WSJP, where the Hawks have taken a big advantage in the last couple of minutes over Archbishop Ryan at 7-2 off the Luke Bieberbach goal. And as we mentioned before the break, 2 hat tricks for the Hawks in this game. Luke Bieberbach and Quinn Gaffney with 3 goals each, and also Sean McDermott adding a goal of his own. I'm sorry, not Sean McDermott, James McDermott. Why did I say Sean McDermott? Wait, that's the coach of the what's the coach of the Bills? Is that Sean McDermott?
It is Sean McDermott.
Oh, yeah, it's just Sean McDermott. I don't know why I said that. Sorry, James.
This is James McDermott.
That's my fault. Anyway, Durham wins the face-off and gets it over to Bieberbach. Now to Flynn. Flynn gets it inside to Gaffney. It was a high pass. Gaffney was still able to recover, and now the Prep will reset. Gaffney would have had an opportunity there, but Flynn just making a bit of a high pass, and now the Prep looking to reset there, and they get it out to Warak. Warak getting pressured here. They're face guarding Chris Bryan. Warak just moving it around. He's looking for Flynn. Didn't end up passing it to him, though. And now the double team comes in, and Warak now finally realizes that. Going to have to break through it, and now he finally does. But he's going to go right back out. And he will just hold it. The Prep, not really much of a, I don't know. What do you say? Like, they don't really just, they don't need to score. They don't, no urgency. That's the word. You don't need to score. They're up 7-2. And you're winding down the first quarter. Might as well start fresh. Here's Quinn Gaffney. Swings it over to Webster, who's back in the game. Now to Chris Bryan. Bryan, they're going to force him left. Roll dodge from him. Now goes right. Double team comes in. Low pass to Bieberbach. Flynn going to try and save it, and he is able to. Not much action for Dom Flynn to start. He gets it to Quinn Gaffney, though. Gets it inside. Shot on goal by Warak. No good. Bieberbach, though, closest to it. And now the Prep will maintain it.
How about Prince Horn looking down there?
Oh, yeah, coach.
Isolated from the rest of the team.
Trying to bark out orders to his team to get another goal, trying to make this a 6-point game. And now here is Warak. Looking like he's going to try and win his one-on-one, but he just swings it over to Gaffney instead. Gets it inside to Flynn. Well, at least he tried to, and it's knocked loose. Now Bieberbach with it. And just over 30 seconds remaining. Pick there set by Webster. Bieberbach not going to use it. Swings it to Gaffney, who gets it over to Warak. Looking for a cutting Bieberbach, but does not get it to him. Now over to Gaffney. The Prep, lots of bodies moving inside. Fake shot there by Bryan. Try to get it inside to Webster. Over to Bieberbach, who gets it, but he shoots and it goes out. But Dom Flynn closest to it. And a timeout taken by the Hawks with 21 seconds remaining in the first quarter. We won't go to a break here, Dom. Not so we don't take away any action away from the audience in the second quarter. What have you seen in this first?
Well, I haven't heard a train horn yet, obviously. If they tried to score there, I definitely would have been excited to see if we had one of those fellow Amtrak employees
Like
driving, step the train.
Like at Penn Park, right?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yes. Twice.
Right, I remember that.
That was against Perk Yeoman, I believe.
And the Hills, was it not against the Hill School? I think it was. I think it was just Perk, yeah.
So, but no, talking about this game, obviously PCL, they know each other. They're gonna know each other differently. It's like it's a divisional game essentially. See this all around every single sport, and St. Joe's just bouncing around. They have no need to rush. Obviously, they got all the time in the world just to cruise through this game.
Yeah, and they'll get the ball back as they go right back out there. Defense not seeing much work here early, but there have been 2 goals scored on them. The last time that the Prep played Archbishop Ryan, I believe that they only scored 4.
About 2, I thought.
I think it might have been,
2?
I believe it was 2 or 4, whatever it was. Nonetheless,
We'll keep you posted next time.
yeah, we will. That's our fault there. Anyway, back to it. 21 seconds remaining in this first quarter. The Prep gonna start with it here. Bieberbach just swings it back to Webster. And now he swings it to Brown. We'll see if the Prep decide to shoot. I would not doubt that they will.
15 now. They're trying to bounce around, I believe.
And now here's Webster trying
Maybe
to win his one-on-one. Good defense there from Morgan. Warak gets to Chris Bryan, thinking about the shot. Roll dodge, goes left. Shot, no good. Who's closest? So it doesn't matter. The quarter ends as Archbishop Ryan lead 7-2. I'm sorry, St. Joe's Prep lead 7-2 over Archbishop Ryan. We will go to a break here on WSJP. Stay tuned for second quarter action. We'll be right back. Back on WSJP, where the Prep lead 7-2 as we go into the second quarter. I didn't say that Archbishop Ryan leads 7-2. That wouldn't have been good for our audience. They would have wanted me off the air, but nonetheless,
Ryan Sullivan would never say that.
Ryan Sullivan would never say that. Not that I don't.
Not even the future president of this
don't
club
even.
as well.
Oh, you're too kind, Dom.
Golden Mike guy, best analyst in the state.
You're too kind.
We all
Anyway,
make mistakes. We're good.
face off. Durham knocks it back, and he knocks it over to Trout Cush. Looked like a designed play there.
Playing football now, Sean.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Also
look at that receiver speed. Look at that receiver speed. And now Quinn Gaffney gets it over to Dom Flynn, who gets it to Bieberbach, and now the ball just swinging around here. Looks like that's Nick Labor out there, coming back from an injury. Didn't play against Radnor. Dom Flynn, no look pass to Bieberbach, but the ball knocked loose. Recovered there by Ryan, but it's loose once again. Flynn recovers, looking to find somebody. He shoots and he scores. What a shot there by Dom Flynn.
You wouldn't really expect that from a guy that's honestly was smaller than the rest of the team. You expect him to go low. He goes high. St. Joe's capitalizes.
He might be small, but he is dominant. 21 goals, 16 assists on the year. And now obviously adding his first goal to these playoffs. And it is now 8-2 with 11:25 remaining.
Don't want to announce a jinx, but you think it's a suit?
What'd you say?
You think it's a suit? That's the reason why the team
Camp.
excels.
You wear a suit to every game, and we almost win every game. I don't know if it's the suit. Well, you know what? That should be that's a good poll for WSJP Instagram. Is it the suit that makes the Prep win? Anyway, face off here. It's knocked around, and it's knocked back. Duffy recovers, and now here come the Hawks. Quinn Gaffney with it. Over to Dom Flynn. Flynn just had the goal, and now he's looking to add. Gaffney already has 3 goals. Not really sure how many more he needs to add. Trying to share the love a little bit.
Too greedy here, yeah.
We're mentoring with others at the Prep, trying to share the love a little bit, saying the Prep can continue their level of dominance.
Yeah, it doesn't
put
mean
on.
they should lose games.
Yeah,
but
well, you know. Here's Craig Webster. Help defense comes in. He's going to pass it around to Gaffney. Now to Flynn. Gets it out to Webster once again. Shot on goal. No good. What a shot there by Webster.
really shot there.
That was zooming to the net, but it was no good. And Dom Flynn was closest to it, so the Prep recover. Here's Flynn. Nice roll dodge. Pass inside. Bieberbach. It is good. And the Prep now lead 9-2. Luke Bieberbach. That is 4 goals, I believe.
Another one.
And that, yeah, another one. That's all we know. I believe that's 4. And now the Prep lead 9-2. What did I say about sharing the love?
Maybe they said no.
I guess they did.
And you talk about a lot of different vibes and atmosphere right now than when we were St. Joe's tied.
Right. Right, and now
Here's a good question. When will we see McDermott be out of this lineup for this game?
well, you know, the Prep obviously have a few face-off guys. We've seen Drew Reeves do it. We've seen Nick Dobkin get a couple of chances.
Nick
I believe
Cunningham.
Nick Cunningham, forgot to mention him. I believe Chase Carl's done one as well. Javi Gonzalez Cruz also, the face-off man as well. He's out there. Here's Bieberbach, gets it over to Flynn. Shot on goal. It is good. Dom Flynn, 2 goals for him. And just like that, it is an 8-point game.
They just keep on adding, Ryan, and now they want to get to a lead early. I mean, we were talking to some lacrosse players before. They said, you got to have some classiness when we play. If we're going to win this game, if we're going to dominate this game, we're not going to keep it. Like, we're going to keep it with some reach. We're not going to go, like, over 20 or
Right.
any
You
limits like that.
win with class.
Yep.
That's what you're trying to
Correct.
say. But nonetheless, I mean, it's what we do with the Prep, you know. I sound cocky when I say that, but the Prep, you know.
Yeah, very, very
I-
cocky there.
But, you know, I mean, the results speak for themselves. The Prep have been really good in PCL competition. Only lost by 3 to LaSalle, which is, you know, I would say great for the Prep. You know, the Prep haven't beaten LaSalle in a long time, and in other games, the Prep have dominated against the PCL. Obviously, Devon gave them a run for their money, but the Prep were able to still win by 6.
Talk about
But
speed here, Ryan.
yeah, we're getting back to receiver speed. Micah Pruden showing why maybe Coach Roken should add him to the roster, but Quinn Gaffney has it now, and Dom Flynn. Flynn trying to get around. Bieberbach getting a bit, could kind of say double-teamed on the inside off the ball. Flynn passes it back to Chris Bryan and just waiting for Mason Morak to come up.
Obviously, talking about football. Schedule released on
On
Sunday.
Sunday. It's going to be a great day. And now Warrock gets it inside. Bieberbach behind the back to Dom Flynn.
Is that a shot or was that a pass? What do you think?
I think that was a pass.
I couldn't tell. I thought it was a shot.
Nonetheless, it was cool. Anyway, Warrock, fake pass. Now over to Flynn, trying to find somebody cutting. Bit of a high pass. Looks like he tried to get it to Cush, and now this ball going to roll. Bieberbach able to just keep it away from midfield. He recovers. Here's Chris Bryan. Bryan trying to get inside. Lots of pressure coming from
Hear them say double as
Ryan.
well there.
Yeah, and now Bryan looks like he's just going to try and get it away, and he does over to Warrack.
He uses his speed to its advantage there, Ryan, now.
Flynn to Cush, shot on goal. It was knocked around, so the shot never got to the net. And now Marciano recovers, and this ball loose, still being knocked around. And the Prep trying to take advantage, and it will be recovered. No, it's not. Never mind. The
Still
Prep just continuing with this pressure.
It's all they need as well, Ryan. I just want to drain the clock here.
And it's still loose. Goodness. And now it is finally recovered. And now it's intercepted by Chase Carl. Wow. What a play there from the Hawks. And now the Prep, they're going to take a breather here, as that was quite a predicament. Here's Trot Kush, gets it to Warak. Now to Dom Flynn.
I think Dom Flynn's greedy. He wants a hat trick here.
They might want to try to add to the tally the Prep have put on here. And now Bieberbach is trying to find somebody cutting inside. Try to get it to Warak. It's knocked loose. Recovered there by Gaffney. Gaffney pass inside to Kush. Shot on goal. No good. Bieberbach might just let it roll out. And he's just going to stay with it, though. And he gets it to Chris Bryan. Back to Gaffney. Gaffney thinking about a shot. Gets it to Kush inside. It is good. Trot Kush. His first goal of the game and adds to the lead. It's now 11-2. What a start for the Prep in this first half.
And obviously, if you're St. Joe's, you're coming with this mentality as well to win. You're looking to dominate on all levels if you can, and I mean, it speaks to it. It does speak to it.
Right. And now the Prep just trying to keep this lead going. Obviously going to halftime, maybe think about getting the guys we don't typically see in there. And try and get them some experience. Get, the younger guys, I should say. Prep obviously have a lot of talent on this roster, and we saw them in, the games that we've broadcast, especially against teams like Bonner and stuff like that. We were at that game, and if you look on the Instagram, obviously the Prep posts the stats. And this ball knocked loose. Tommy Duffy recovers. And the Prep once again win another face-off. Durham has been close to perfect today. Now Gaffney will hold it as Luke Quigley will come up for Durham. And now Musey will come out. And somebody's going to come in. Looks like it'll be Webster. Yes, it will. Quigley waiting for Webster. And once again, the Prep, no urgency to score. You're up 11-2. Just keep that clock moving. I guess you could say time is your enemy. Duffy going to come out. Labor in. See what Nick Labor can do now. Coming off the injury. Gets it inside to Quigley. Shot on goal. Good save there. It's knocked around at it. Almost went into the net.
May have went in, actually.
Yeah, almost went in there, but it is recovered by Donahue, the goalie. And now the Prep continuing with the pressure defensively. Here comes Labor.
Relentless.
Chasing down McNichol, and the ball intercepted. Bieberbach shot on goal. It goes off the crossbar. And now Quigley, another shot for him, no good. Bieberbach looked like he might have got hit there. Maybe he just got upset by the shot. And it will go to Ryan.
That might have went in and out as well, Ryan, that Bieberbach shot. I think it went in for some reason.
Might have been off the crossbar. I don't know. But
Off
nonetheless.
the side.
Yeah, nonetheless, Ryan recovers, and the Prep, they are not going to stop here with this pressure.
They want that running clock.
Yeah, here's Morgan swinging it around. Webster, great check from him. You heard that. And now Quigley tried to recover the ball being knocked around. Webster with one hand. And whoa, what a play there by Gaffney, knocking dudes around. You saw that against Radner, and he is continuing with his aggression.
Yeah, Raiders flying everywhere now.
Gaffney, pass over to Flynn. Shot on goal. It is good. Dom Flynn, a hat trick for him. And the Prep have now added, it is a 10-point advantage.
A hat trick of hat tricks, you could say now.
Yeah, Bieberbach, Flynn, and Gaffney. Gee, many.
You want to talk about, just it got beautiful quickly, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it did. The bugs are kind
Didn't
of...
expect that.
No, knock on wood, but the bugs have not bothered us in the last few minutes. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
All right.
I would agree. I mean, now that's bugs flying in my hair, but it's okay.
All right, nonetheless, back to the face-off here with Durham. He has been close to perfect, and it will. I'm waiting to say continue, but the ball's getting knocked around. Micah Pruden trying to come up with it, and that ball goes out. Who's up? Who's going to come up with it? Well, it's going to go to Archbishop Ryan as the prep.
Yeah, some field hockey there, obviously, as I coined that phrase.
Right. And now Ryan finally getting an opportunity to get the ball past midfield in their favor. And now you see Carter Bernan's in there for the prep. Haven't seen him that much over the course of the season. Now here's Micah Pruden defending Morgan, who has the only 2 goals for Ryan today. Pruden, good chase down defense. Shot on goal by Morgan. It's no good. It's being knocked around. Great stick check there by Nick Cunningham. And he had it momentarily, lost it, and gets it back. Great save there by Cunningham. Just going to pass it all the way to midfield to Chase Carl, who comes up with it. And now the prep in transition. Here's Quinn Gaffney. Loses it. Had an open lane to the net, but not able to do anything with it there. Pass over the head there of Bonanza. And now here is Dom Flynn. The prep will just hold it. Under 5 minutes remaining in this half. Here's Trot Cush. Gets it to Brian, and the prep just getting their offensive guys in there. They're attackers, midfielders. And now Mason Warak picked their set by Flynn. Warak trying to find somebody open. Looks like he's going to try and take it himself around behind the net.
Just trying to stall time here, Ryan, as well, you know.
And
no need to rush.
Shot on goal by Warak, no good. It looks like Flynn's closest to it. Yes, he is in the prep. Will hold it. And they're going to blow the whistle. I guess they're moving Flynn around. Now Trot Cush has a goal in this game. Swings it over to Gaffney. Back to Cush again. Now to Flynn. Back to Cush in the prep. As you mentioned, Dom, just holding it under 4 minutes now.
It's the who wants a game now. Who wants to score?
You could say so. Gaffney thought he had a lane to the net. Gets it inside. Brian shot on goal. Good save there by Donahue, the goalie. And now the prep continuing with their pressure defensively. But Ryan now able to take advantage of the aggressiveness from the Hawks, and they're able to get it past midfield and maybe try and do something in transition. Here's Morgan getting pressure there by Cushion. Chase Carl, but he holds on to it. Now Musey comes in for some help. Here's Marciano. And now Morgan getting once again pressure there by Chase Carl. And a bad pass will now be recovered there by Trot Cush. He's going to try and take it in transition himself. Here come the Hawks. And he gets it over to Musey. Now to Flynn. Back to Cush. Has a lane to the net. Shot on goal over the net. And it will be retained by the prep. If the net was just a few inches higher, you would have saw Trot Cush second goal of the game. But nonetheless.
Wasn't the first time we saw a shot that high as well, looks like.
Yeah, now a high pass, and that one will most likely go into the favor of Archbishop Ryan. Yes, it will. And now the prep going to try and fix their misfortunes here. Shot on goal by Morgan. Knocked in the air there by Corrado. It's going to go out, and it will be retained there by Archbishop Ryan. Actually, if you can kind of see there on the top of your screen, longtime Spanish teacher, Mr. Rafa, taking pictures out there. Love to see it. Of course, we got our own Andrew Dyke here from WSJP taking some great photos.
I'll get him on camera, but I can't see him right now.
Make sure to follow him on Instagram. First, find all of his pictures for St. Joe's Prep Sports. Double team in from the Hawks, and now nobody's on Marciano. Shot on goal. Goes behind the net, and it will stay with Archbishop Ryan.
Or Corrado's like, I want to get out of this situation right now. Or honestly, it's going to be better because maybe college scouts.
Maybe. You never know. Chase Carl knocked the ball loose. Here come the Hawks in transition. Dom Flynn gets the pass inside. Cush, he lost it as he was trying to shoot. Ball knocked loose. Nick Cunningham trying to knock the ball loose,
Still
and
there.
the ball is off the hands, and now Trot Kush knocked down, and the penalty flag flying, so the Prep will have the man up. Here's Tommy Duffy, who
And you want to hold this out as well,
Tommy
Ryan.
Duffy had the check earlier, and yeah, if you're right down, the Prep probably want to hold this out. We're under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Beaverbach shot behind the back, and it's no good, and Dom Flynn able to recover. The Hawks going to hold it without the whistle, so they're going to try and score before they can get the man up, and now Labor trying to find anybody open, and now he swings it around over to Kush. Kush back to Labor. To Beaverbach.
Surprised why Ryan's not trying to pressure, because you want to get the man down as quickly as possible and to burn it.
Right. And now Beaverbach trying to win a one-on-one, try and get around the net. Not going to be able to on an angle. Here's Gaffney shot on goal. It's knocked in the air. It's going to go out. So the Prep will now have the man up. And now we assume, obviously it was a push on Bucello. And now the Prep get the man up here. And we'll see if they can take advantage. They have done so many times. Take advantage of the man up. And now we'll see if they can continue to do so. And here we go. Kush gets to Warak, to Bryan. Now to Gaffney. Back to Flynn. The Prep going to try and push the pace here. Flynn to Beaverbach to Gaffney. Shot on goal. It is good. And once again, as I mentioned, the Prep have been dominant with the man up. And they continue to do so with a goal there. Quinn Gaffney, 4 goals for him on the day. And the Prep lead 13-2 with 50 seconds remaining. It just seems to be too easy in the first half for the Hawks, Dom.
Clearly, I mean, if you're up 11, I'd hope that you don't
Well, I mean, you know,
seem scared.
sometimes the score doesn't actually reflect of what's happening in the game, but I think it does here. And now back to the face-off. Haven't seen Durham there in a while. Good to see him back. And now, once again, 50 seconds remaining. Face-off. Won by the Hawks. Luke Quigley with it. And the Prep might just let the time drain here. I wouldn't expect much in the last few seconds. Obviously, in the last 10 seconds or so, the Prep will probably pick up the pace. But for now, the Prep probably going to hold it. Flynn gets it to Beaverbach. Maybe the Hawks won't hold it. Shot on goal by Beaverbach. It is good. He must have heard me as he gets his 5th goal today.
Talk about the announcer's jinx in effect there.
Yeah, but in a positive way. And now 14-2 Prep. Or the Prep, I'm sorry.
And I assume we're going to get to see a lot of guys we haven't seen a lot during the season come in.
Yeah,
Might
the
get
Prep.
to see Luke Gamling. You
Oh,
know.
yeah, that's right. One of the WSJP fan favorite, actually.
Jonas Mersch as well.
Oh, yeah, a member of WSJP. I think he's out there. I don't see his number right now. Oh, he's probably in there somewhere. Face off. Won by Durham again. He continues to dominate there. Beaverbach to Flynn. Shot on goal by him. It is good. Dom Flynn pouring it on here to end the first half. The Prep just trying to maybe get that running clock going before, you know, the second half begins. Maybe? I don't know.
Or maybe try to get as close as they can to do. Get all the stars, get all the work in now, and then focus on everything else later.
Well, they're up by 13, so it's definitely getting close to that. But we'll see if they continue to do so or if they just hold it for the last few seconds and try and score. But nonetheless, Ashton Murr coming into the game. One of those freshmen that we have seen so many times. Seen a lot of freshmen on the prep, and now this ball knocked
Another
around.
setup, like a
Yeah, another one of those setups, and Duffy has it.
center move there, I'd say.
And now he gets to Bieberbach. Bieberbach gets it inside to Duffy, but it's loose, and now with under 10 seconds remaining, Duffy just trying to come up with it, and he tries to knock it back to Gaffney. Still knocked
check
around, but that is how the half will end. And actually, never mind. I was wrong on the clock. Gaffney knocked down. He tried to shoot, but he does not get it in. It goes behind the net, and that is how we go to halftime, folks. The Hawks lead 15-2 over Archbishop Ryan. And this has been an incredible first half for St. Joe's Prep. Absolutely dominant, and that is how we will go to our halftime break here on WSJP. Get your snacks for the second half here, folks. We're coming back in just a few minutes. All right. I won't go to if you want to get like some shots of steaks, I'm not going to say. What is it, 10 minutes probably? 10 minutes, yeah. What is it? I was just looking to see how long the halftime will be. I was thinking about back on WSJP for second half action of St. Joe's Prep and Archbishop Ryan. Dom, you got somebody else to take over the camera for you.
Yes, I got Drew Dyke, our very own.
Oh yeah, WSJP's own, and he will take over. So now Dom, you can finally call the action with.
First time I've ever called the action without a cameraman.
Well, we'll have cameramen for the rest of the playoffs, though.
Talking about new face-off guy as well, huh?
Oh yeah, definitely. And now, yeah, Carter Bernez is actually in there to face off, and now. I'm sorry, it was not Carter Bernez. It was Javi.
Javier.
How did I mess up Javi? I talk to Javi every day. There you go, Javi. But nonetheless, back at it. There you go, Javi. Love to see Javi get in there. It's my man. But whistle blown here. I looked at Carter's number and I was like,
What, now you want to take photos?
I don't know. Something
Yeah.
All right, Dom. What's going on over here? What are we doing? And the clock was actually still running during the break, so that was a. There you go. And now, all right, back at it finally. And now, obviously, the Prep with new guys in there. Ashton Merck, great job from him. And now the Prep's still knocking the ball around. And here come the Hawks. Here's Matt Lamey in transition. Look at him go.
Look at that ref flying as well.
Another Nick Cunningham. Here's Nick Labor trying to find Webster, but he's not able to. Labor
Nice shoot there.
cutting around here. Labor trying to find somebody open, and now gets it over to Lisco. All right, Dom, you finally got the camera. Take it away.
Yeah, it might be a
from you.
bad transition, but we got it. We got him.
All right, and now here's Craig Webster. Gets it back to Micah Pruden.
I trust Andrew Dyke more than me to the camera guy.
Andrew Dyke's good. And now Pruden breaks the defense. Shot on goal, no good. Lisco closest to it. And the Prep will maintain possession. Now Chris Bryan. Haven't seen much action of him, and he shoots and he misses there. Doesn't hit the net, and it will stay with the Hawks.
Obviously, Brian is looking for his first goal of the playoffs as well.
Oh, yeah, lots of these guys are. Here's Nick Labor, also looking for his first goal. Gets it to Webster. Shot on goal. It is good. Craig Webster, talking about first goals. He gets his first goal of these playoffs. And, oh, yeah, forgot about the running clock, actually. And, yeah, the Prep with the running clock. Forgot to mention that here. I think the audience is really going to want me off the broadcast after this, Dom.
You know, you might be impeached
I might be
at
impeached.
this rate.
Might have to put Andrew Dyke on the headset. Nonetheless, the Prep have the running clock here, and as we mentioned, get the guys in there that, you don't typically see, but, you still try to score, still try and, get those guys some highlight reel action. And now, back to the face-off. Here we go, Javi. I try not to be biased, but, And bad start there for Gonzalez Cruz, and it will go to Archbishop Ryan.
Keep awesome, man. Like, come on.
Got to keep going. I'll keep it professional. Anyway, inside, here's Morgan trying to get by the defense. The ball was knocked out there. And now Archbishop Ryan maintains it. Morgan with it once again, swings it out. There's Marciano trying to win his one-on-one against Micah Pruden. Gets a good start on it. Shot on goal from him. Saved there by Corrado.
Very
And
routine as well. Look at this pass.
Past the midfield, drop there by Laney. He's trying to knock it around there, and it's loose. It's recovered there by Pruden. And look at the speed from him. Yeah, he's thinking the same thing. Fake pass, trying to get inside. Has a lane to the net. Shot on goal. It is good. Micah Pruden there.
Another first.
Gets his first goal. Yeah, there's another first. Lots of firsts here in this third quarter. And the Prep just continue to add on.
Yeah, talk about, again, domination we're talking about here. Clock's running. It's what they want. And you have your stars are set. They're all going to enjoy this game. I mean, beautiful day. You can't mention it enough,
It was pouring earlier, now all of a sudden
I mean, that was the thing. It was like, was this game going to happen or not? And then
they're playing anything, these lacrosse guys.
the heavens opened up and the sun comes down.
Javi with the face-off win.
He has wheels as well.
And Webster drops it, gets it back, and have to go right back out with it, though. And he is getting checked, but he's going to swing it out over to Benez.
Hey, we'll
And
talk about how we had McDermott turn into like a bit of like a snapper there for.
yeah, kind of. He was knocking it back to guys like Luke Quigley, Troc Cush.
But it
And
was working though. It was
yeah,
working.
definitely. Speaking of Quigley, he just swings it over there to Brian, and now over to Labor. And now Labor gets it.
Shaving off the minutes.
Try to get it to Warak, and it's almost going out there, but it will stay with the Hawks. Almost a turnover. Now Warak trying to win a one-on-one. Ball loose, and Warak slips. It's being knocked around. Webster trying to come up with it. And a great play there by Webster to come up with the ball. And now Labor trying to win a one-on-one. Get inside. Roll dodge from him. Just getting checked there. Going to go back out with it. Gets it to Warak. Warak thought about the shot. Going to get inside. Shot on goal. Saves. Recovered by Warak. Now he's going to shoot and will score. Or will it count? No, will not count. The referee looked like he blew it off. And I believe it's going to go against Archbishop Ryan. And a timeout called. So the penalty will go against Archbishop Ryan. Goal will not count. And we'll go to a break on WSJP. We will be right back. Back on WSJP, where the Hawks lead 17-2, and I'm not. I think they tried. Once again, now they're going to say the goal counts. I don't know. Something must have happened during the break. Or maybe he originally called it a goal. Dom, you said that it wasn't a goal. I don't know. Anyway, the Hawks lead 18-2. Dom misinformed me. It's not my fault. Here's Craig Webster.
I'm not the best lacrosse analyst in the state.
Yeah, we'll reserve that right for. I don't know. Let's really.
Jonas Marsh.
Yeah, there you go. And now Labor gets it to Luke Quigley. Quigley over to Webster. Now to Chris Bryan. Bryan back to Webster again. Now to Quigley. And the Prep just moving the ball around here. Pass went inside to Warak. Now Labor shoots, and he will not score there. Chris Bryan closest to it. The Hawks will retain possession. I keep forgetting about the running clock. Anyway, Labor gets it to Warak. Back to Bryan. Shot on goal. No good.
Good luck, though.
Yeah, definitely a great look there by Chris Bryan. It will stay with the Hawks. Warak closest to it. And now, under 5 minutes remaining in this third quarter, Warak trying to get around here on an angle. Thinking about the shot. Looks for a pass. Not going to be able to deliver it. And gets it over to Labor. Warak over to Quigley. Quigley looking to try and get inside there on Morgan. Picks up by Warak. Not going to be able to get around, though. Labor gets to Warak again. Warak trying to get inside. Roll dodge from him.
Almost had to move there.
Lots of congestion inside from Ryan there. And now Labor shoots. And a great save there. And now Ryan will have an opportunity to get something done offensively. But the Prep have been pressuring Ryan all game. And Chris Bryan right near us here in I'm not sure if a penalty was thrown. It might have been timeout called? It looks like a timeout was called. Yes, it was. I'm not sure who it was by, but there was a timeout called. Nonetheless, break here on WSJP. We'll be right back. And after that short break on WSJP, we are back here, third quarter action, as the Hawks lead 18-2 over Archbishop Ryan, and the referee right in front of us moving out. I don't know what these orange things are. I guess they're earplugs? I don't know. Anyway, it's not important. The action right in front of us. Actually, for really the first time today, the action's come in front of us. Hopefully they don't run into our setup over here, but good thing Morgan runs the other way, and lots of sticks flying around there. It looks like Lisco's stick might have broke. It did. And we've seen that a couple times this year, but it's not too often that that happens. Labor going to throw it to the side. Man forward with others right there. But now here's Marciano. And he will just hold it. At the current moment in time, Ryan just trying to get something done here, as they could really use anything. Maybe stop this running clock would be a good start. And Lamy coming in with a burst of energy. The defense from the Prep is just absolutely... Oh, my goodness gracious. It's recovered from the Hogs. I didn't even know what to say about that there. Here's Charlesworth with it in transition. Gets it to Quigley. And now Quigley moving it around to Webster. And the Prep can get their offensive guys back up. Micah Pruden with it now. Only a defensive guy. Gets it to Charlie Crossett. Got to give Crossett a shout out as well. Honors English too.
Again, you know, that youth. These are all underclassmen. They're all in big positions right now, especially St. Joe's.
Pressure defense there from Pasidi on Labor. He's able to get by him, and he swinging it around. Webster trying to find anybody open. He just passes it out. Here's Quigley. Shot on goal from him. It bounces off the turf. No good. Webster closest to it, though. And the Prep will maintain possession as that clock runs. And time is your enemy if you're the Hawks. And here's Labor looking to get inside. Shoots, and he scores. Nick Labor gets his first goal of the game, coming back. And now the Prep lead 19-2. As that clock continues to run.
You know, I mean, it's tougher. It's tough to see if, like, you know, it's hard to see if a team will respond, obviously. I think at this point the margin is, you know, detrimental.
Definitely.
I'm sure Ryan guys say, like, double doubles.
I don't really know what that means.
What contact
What
was
is that
that?
supposed
Was
to
that
mean?
McDonald's?
I don't know. I'm gluten free, so I can't really eat anything from McDonald's. But nonetheless,
We're still on call. Don't worry.
all right. Javi wins the face-off and just gets it back to Corrado, the Prep. Might just
See
want to
how
hold
this
it.
goes.
Maybe Matt Corrado can get a goal. I don't know. You know, the Prep have a big lead, and it looks like he's gonna pass it. Not what the audience wants to see. Have to talk to him about that, but Chris Bryant is somebody that the audience wants to see. WSJP fan favorite. And now swinging the ball around here.
Anthony Sorgi fan favorite as well.
Yeah, good friend. Well, it's a good friend of Sorgi and I. And now here's Crossed. Cross trying to win a one-on-one here. Passing it around. Shot on goal. It is good. Goal there by Tommy Rapishi. Another one of WSJP's own. And he adds the 20th goal for the Hawks today. And that will pretty much do it for the third, as they probably will just do the face-off, I would assume, and then they'll just...
Well, they might just let this run out, maybe.
Yeah, they'll just let it run out.
If there's any dagger, that may have been, like, the 20th dagger, potentially. Who knows?
Yeah, it was closer in the beginning for the first few minutes.
Yeah, you want to talk about the first 8 minutes of the game? I mean...
Yeah, the Preps had to get there.
1-1.
Right.
Yeah, they'll let this run out.
They will let this run out. That will do it for the third quarter, folks. The Prep leading 20-2 over Archbishop Ryan. We go to the final quarter of action here on WSJP, and we'll have it for you in just a few moments. Back on WSJP
Not my name,
for the... What did you just say on the air?
Didn't realize we were on the air.
I think you just said that on the air. Anyway.
And we did.
Back on WSJP. Let's restart. Back on WSJP for fourth quarter action between St. Joe's Prep and Archbishop Ryan. Javi wins the face-off.
And Ryan, I'll be honest, if it wasn't getting a bit evident, I want more excitement. It's kind of getting a bit boring.
You got to stay tuned in. You know, you got to see the guys.
Because what if they win? What if they don't win? Who knows?
18 goals in one quarter.
What are you going to do?
We probably have seen crazier things happen. And here's Crossed with it now. Once again, as I mentioned, the Hawks, no reason to keep scoring here. You know, you're up by 18. Now here's Jack Roth. Swinging it around. Here's Quigley. Crossed. Just moving it around. Crossed. Shot on goal from him. No good. The Prep closest to it. They will retain possession. Roth has it now. Coming out with a burst of energy. Trying to find somebody open. Just going to have to get it back there over to Liam Pearson. Pearson on the bus with us, actually, to the game. And now... turnover here. Cross was not able to come up with it. Here comes Archbishop Ryan in transition. Here comes Basidi. Shot on goal from him. It is good. Archbishop Ryan get their first goal of the second half. And is now 20-3.
Obviously, Ryan, just look at the rest of the PCL today for Lacrosse South taking on Archbishop Carroll. A lot going on.
Father Judge defeated Cardinal O'Hara yesterday, actually, 10-5.
Devon Prep and Lansdale Catholic as well.
Yeah, that's happening today. And the winner of that will face the Hawks in the second round. I believe there's no reseeding, actually. Or is there reseeds? There might be.
Correct. It does reseed, so... You said Father Judge won, correct?
Father Judge did win, so they will... I believe... So if Lansdale wins, they'll take on LaSalle, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, if Lansdale wins, they'll play LaSalle.
And then the Prep would face Father Judge, but Devon definitely favored in that game, so we'll see how that turns out. Now here's Roth with it, getting back to the action. And not the greatest pass. It's knocked around. Quigley trying to come up with it. Cross it in there to help, but Quigley Comes up with it on his own. He's going to try and get around here.
Not right. You want to talk about distance and stuff as well. Devon Prep, obviously not the closest in the Philadelphia Catholic League. Obviously,
They're
Devon.
a sleeper team, Devon, though.
But I mean, traveling and all that.
That's true. Yeah, Devon is definitely a sleeper in this league. Don't count them out. If the Hawks have to face them once again, they gave them a game last go around. Broadcasted that on WSJP, and here's crosses, swings it behind the net over to Roth.
That's also in the pouring rain as well. So
That
when it rains, it's like an even match at the end of the day, probably.
Roth tried to shoot, but it's knocked away, and the ball is loose. See what you mean about the bugs, Dom. Rapici, bad pass to Quigley, and now Lamy trying to come up with it, and it will go to Archbishop Ryan. And once again, that clock continuing to run, so if you're the Hawks, nothing really to worry about. And now Morgan with it.
Next week, obviously, May 19th is your day for the semifinals.
That'll be
I believe
Monday.
that's a Monday.
Yeah, that'll be Monday. Will be the prep. If all continues to go well, they will be at Penn Park, 7 p.m. Monday. I'm sure you guys are the time not fully disclosed yet. Shot on goal. It is good. Morgan scores once again, and a hat trick for him. Archbishop Ryan have scored again. It is 20-4. And once again, that clock just continues to run here. And new face-off man for the Hawks, Charlie Seno, a freshman.
Obviously, lacrosse season comes around. So does the end of the school year. And, with OGP, obviously grateful for everything that's going on.
Oh, yeah.
1,000 followers on Instagram. Obviously, keep on supporting the grind.
Almost 1,000 on YouTube this year.
Over 1,000, I believe.
Well, I mean, we had almost 1,000 subscribers alone this year.
Correct.
And Seno comes up with it. Ball being knocked loose. Had our banquet the other day.
Excellent. Yeah, obviously, that's where. If you want to, ideas and stuff, send us a DM on Instagram. Yeah. Send us a message on Twitter. We're open to anything. We want to get better as we go. This is a missed pass there. That might go on the other side.
It's going to be knocked around. And yeah, our banquet the other day, myself, Camp, winning the Golden Mics. Also Anthony Sorgi and our president, Gavin Heindrich. Shot on goal there by Morgan, saved by Corrado. But yeah, those Covenant Golden Mics. We brought them home, Dom. We did it. And that was for our
brought home the hardware.
Part of our great lacrosse coverage here this season. At least we say so. Here's Pruden in transition for the Hawks. Shot on goal, no good. Who's closest? Looks like Liam Pearson is, and yes, he is.
But yeah, obviously, we'll have our annual game at the bank.
Oh yeah, we'll have the WSJP at the Phillies one of these days.
Maybe we'll get to broadcast the Phillies game.
That would be incredible. Pruden wins his one-on-one. Pass to Quigley. Shot over the net. Roth closest to it. Hawks will stay with it. Under 6 minutes remaining, so we're halfway through the fourth quarter here. Roth with the roll dodge. Try to get it inside to Aiden Cunningham. It's knocked loose. And now Cunningham, what a check there. But the ball is still in the possession of Archbishop Ryan. And now Matt Lamy, what a check there. And the penalty going to be thrown.
2 of them.
2 penalties thrown. Looks like they're going to call the cross check there on Lamy.
Finally something interesting.
What a shot there. He came out with the aggression. G-Money, Dom.
G-Money.
That was something there, and Lamy will have to come out here as he will come out with the man down. 5 minutes left. Just try some new things, I guess. Try some checks. And now actually the prep with 2 men down. So Archbishop Ryan here in a prime opportunity to score with just a few minutes remaining.
Maybe cut the lead down.
Well, you cut it to...
Chris Paul hits the 3.
Okay. Let's not bring that up, but nonetheless, Archbishop Ryan swinging the ball around here. And a good play there.
Coming right towards us.
And this ball will go out. And it will go to the Hawks. And whoa, it looked to be
That'd
a
be a
trip
clear
there.
flag
Yeah,
there.
definitely a trip there. TJ Lisco knocked down. That was a clear trip, and that will send Light to the bench. And once again, the Prep just knocking the clock out. And now the action will continue here.
Well, Ryan, obviously, Monday you're going to have to be at your favorite broadcasting.
I love the Penn
area.
Park is incredible. I have said it many times. One of my favorite spots to broadcast is at Penn Park. It's incredible. Saying that the Preps play there, from what I've heard.
You know, I can get my shots of the city and all that.
Oh yeah, you love that. And here's Charlie Crossed. And now Crossed gets it back, and
Right now? In the game?
now ball just being moved around here. Crossed trying to find somebody inside, not able to, just passing it around. Rapici gets it back to Crossed. Now over to Roth.
Now under 3 minutes as well.
Yep, Bonanz. Back to Roth again, thinking about the shot, passing it. Pearson lost it. Gets it back, though. Pearson looking for a pick, maybe. No, Bonanz not going to set it. Pearson moving around, gets it inside. Rapici can't score there. And Crossed able to recover. And update the viewers on the schedule. Tomorrow, 12 p.m., baseball at Archbishop Wood. PCL quarterfinal matchup.
If it holds as well, it's been a thing that they figure it's flags again.
Yeah, penalty throw looked like slashing there. Great roll dodge from Crossed. And then the Prep, who obviously look to pretty much put this one to bed. They'll be back on Monday. Date and location not confirmed, but that's kind of what I'm assuming. And they will face the winners. Possibly face Devon Prep. They can possibly face Judge. Possibly face Lansdale. We don't know right now, but nonetheless.
There goes Mr.
The
Raffo
ball.
on the move.
Oh yeah, Mr. Raff taking some great pictures for the guys, and that was, I believe, a slash there on Light, and he will once again go out. And that's the schedule update for the Hawks. And if the Prep continue to win, we will keep the viewers updated on our schedule. PCL Championship for Lacrosse.
And here comes
on
my train.
Thursday, yeah, the train that Dom loves. PCL Championship for Lacrosse on next Thursday, 7 p.m. at Arcadia. If the Prep are able to get there, we'll definitely be broadcasting that for you guys. And Cunningham losing it a couple of times. It's knocked around.
Still lost.
Yeah, still lost in the shuffle. And Roth recovers. Just over a minute remaining here at the Croc.
This one
Liam
is
Pearson
surely
shot on
put
goal.
away.
No good there by Pearson, who was not able to get to the net. And Bonanz
watch
looks
your back
looks
there.
at the Pearson, and now Roth.
Nice pass
Dive
there.
behind
wow.
the back to Pearson.
Yeah, we're only on varsity guys.
Oh, yeah. Bonanz gets it over to Rapici.
40 now.
Rapici gets it over to Bonanz, and the Prep, it looks like they're just going to hold this one and let it run out. Bonanz looking over at the clock.
You said 21-4 was the last score, correct?
I believe it was.
Maybe they want to score and
Or maybe it was 19. I don't know.
we'll find it. We'll find it.
I don't know how it's misinformed. I looked it up. I had it earlier. But
21-2.
21-2.
That's what I
I
thought.
don't know why I thought it was 4. Anyway,
Does not matter.
Yeah, it does not
Seconds
matter.
now.
The Prep-
Ryan
the Prep.
is playing back, obviously.
yeah, it will not matter. The regular season doesn't matter. What matters is the playoffs, and the Prep once again dominate in the playoffs. 20-4, they win over Archbishop Ryan, and they will advance to the PCL semifinal, ladies and gentlemen. An absolute incredible game from the St. Joseph's Prep Hawks. Dom, we're on to the semifinal, man.
We survived.
Yeah.
As they say, obviously incredible performance by St. Joe's Prep, and you gotta expect it as well. honestly be nervous. St. Joe's comes into this game, barely pulls out a win, barely gets the W, but, absolute domination. It's what everyone probably expected tonight.
Yeah, I think a lot of people expected the Prep to dominate coming into this game, and they certainly were able to. So as we mentioned, we're back on tomorrow, actually, at 12 p.m. Not even 24 hours. I'll be back on the mic with Mark Jamison for baseball tomorrow, and then on Monday, Dom and I will be back for lacrosse against an opponent to be determined, and then hopefully the Prep can advance to the PCL championship in both baseball and lacrosse. For myself, Ryan Sullivan, my color analyst, Dom Campanaro, special thanks to our cameraman / photos man, whatever you want to call him for today, Andrew Dyke. We also appreciate Coach Prince